Hello. Thank you for tuning in to the Keeping It Real show on Reconcilers Radio. My name is Amanda, the host for the show. Hope you're having a blessed and wonderful evening so far. So if you just tuned in, you're not too late for the show. The show is every Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. So yes, listeners, thank you for all those who tuned in. And just before the show, I've been joined by a special guest here on my show. His name is Patrick Grant. Hello, Patrick. How are you doing?
I'm very, very well, and it's an absolute pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us, Patrick. So Patrick is a computer science graduate and he's a motivational maths mentor and the author of Ready for the School Run. And he does so much more. His aim is to basically break down maths to those who require understanding, but to also raise awareness of the different topics of maths behind parenting. And I think a lot of young people struggle with maths. So just before the break, Patrick was about to give us a dream he had before walking into his purpose, or should I say, starting out on maths. So yes, Patrick, carry on for us. So what did you dream about?
In 2010, my mother passed away, and last year I was working at Gatwick Airport.
Wow.
And I worked there for a little while,
Mm-hmm.
and even though I was doing that, I was still doing my maths privately and what have you, and I was a little bit frustrated. Well, one night I had a dream, and
Wow.
it was my mum, and she was on a plane. She
Mm-hmm.
was sitting opposite me, and she was wearing green,
Mm-hmm.
and her hair was beautiful. It was jet black and it was straight, and she was wearing green, and she was knitting.
Wow.
And she just turned her head and looked over her glasses,
Mm-hmm.
and looked at me. I was sitting across the aisle from her, and she just nodded and turned back and carried on knitting. And that was it. And
Wow.
I woke up and I thought, wow, what was that? And what I got from that was that my mum was actually telling me, you're harbouring these desires to do what it is you're supposed to do. So get off your ass and go and do it, so to speak, pardon the language.
Wow.
And I went in the next day and I just handed in my notice, and that was it. The next day.
From that dream.
The next day. Now, all this time I've been sitting on the fence, gathering splinters.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in an iron. Should I? Shouldn't I?
Mm.
And this is what I've always wanted to do. And when I handed in my notice, I had no idea how am I going to pay my mortgage, because I have a mortgage. I've got a young family.
Wow. And Patrick is somebody who is, pursuing their purpose, left everything behind. And how many of us, are in places of work and we question every day, we're frustrated, I hate my job, or I don't like being here. And we feel like we're called to do more, or there's something else that we want to do, but we cannot quite leave whatever it is and move on. So what should I say? What pushed you to get to that limit, or what to that part, to encourage those who are maybe in that situation? Maybe they've had dreams, they've seen all the signs, but
Sure.
they're still in their old jobs.
Well, the thing is this, if you have a burning desire, it never goes away.
Mm-hmm.
It may subdue,
Mm-hmm.
but it's always there. And I think it's important that when you're frustrated,
Mm-hmm.
that frustration is not going to go away until you do something about it.
Wow.
And yes, you can ignore it,
Mm-hmm.
and you can ponder for as long as you like. But the bottom line is, you need to address it in some shape or form. And for me, it was weird. When I handed in my notice, I didn't feel no way. When I got home and I told my wife, she said, "What?" And I said, "Yeah, but you know what? She supported me 100%, because she's always been encouraging me to do what it is I'm doing now, and she's been encouraging me." So I think the key to this is, if you've got a kind of a rock, so to speak, a family member or a unit who supports you, then it makes it a lot easier. Half the battle's won.
Wow. That's amazing. Some people, maybe they can't overcome, is it self-doubt, or should I say, whether confidence, should I say? Because a lot of times to do with confidence, because almost like when you're in a secure job, you feel like you said,
yes,
the mortgage has been paid, your rent has been paid, everything else has been paid.
Sure.
When you come out of that it's like, okay, am I confident enough that, I haven't got protective walls over me, these 4 walls of I'm getting paid this time of the month, I don't have to worry about when the money is coming through.
Well, me being a maths guy, let's do the numbers. Now,
he's a maths guy.
You are even when you're at work, you're literally one paycheck away from being homeless.
Wow.
Because if you don't get your paycheck, you can't pay your rent.
Wow.
Yeah. How many months is the landlord going to put up with you not paying your rent before he says or she says bye-bye? So think about this. Now, and even when you're working, when you are working, you're chasing the pound, and it never seems to be able to meet all of your needs, all of your bills, all of your requirements. Now, I think for those who really do want to leave their job or are frustrated, it's better if you put a plan in place and you leave on your own terms instead of your company telling you we're making you redundant.
Wow, and a lot of people have been made redundant.
And if you're able to leave on your own terms, you feel so much better about yourself. You feel so much worthy about yourself. And you will be surprised that if you have a burning desire to do something and you take that initial step, if you are somebody who has a strong faith, you will find that your creator will join you on the journey.
Yes.
And hold your hand and walk with you. The problem is this, we only have faith maybe when we're singing a hymn or when we're at a meeting.
Wow.
And when we're on our own, in that little 1-bedroom flat, and we've got the heating turned down low because we can't afford to pay the gas bill.
Our faith is all over the place.
Right? Our faith is, it's not even under the bed. I don't even know where it is. Because, and that's the problem. You see, you understand? So it's really about yourself. It's about self. And it's about, what do you really want? What are you prepared to go through to get what you really want? And the way to do this, if you just make a small list of 3 or 4 things of what you can and cannot do without, and let that be the starting point, and take it from there.
Wow, that's so amazing. And I'm sure you've been encouraged if you've been listening to the show, and Patrick left his full-time job, and I'm sure there's so many people who have left their full-time jobs as well, and maybe still haven't found a job and are pursuing their purpose. And definitely, I believe Patrick will encourage us, about maybe the steps to take, especially when waiting or working on what you finally wanted to work on, and you just don't see a way you can break through or a way in which you can move forward. And just also trust in God, because I think that everywhere in the Bible, even in the book of Genesis, Abraham had to leave what he had behind to pursue what God had for him, to pursue the land that God had for him, to pursue the dream that God had for him. So in order to get where we need to get to, we sometimes have to leave behind, the past. We sometimes have to leave behind what we think is valuable now and pursue and trust God, even if we have nothing in our hands.
I'm not as an expert on the Bible as you are, but there's, I'm sure there's a story about when Lot, he had to leave everything that was behind there. He couldn't look back there, and his future was ahead of him, not behind him. Is that right?
Wow, yeah.
So
perfect, amazing. So yes, guys, we're going to go on another break, and when we come back, we'll talk definitely more about what Patrick does, and also you talk about his products and also the kids that he educates on maths and how he can use maths, how you can find maths in every area and every aspect of our lives, that we find maths as, I can't understand it and I don't like numbers, but maths is part of us, and what he's saying is so true. Everything is about numbers, the likes, the followers, every part of even our body is full of maths, and God is the God of maths as well.
He's a mathematician. He's the number one mathematician.
Exactly. And he puts everything together to make it work perfectly. So yes, when we come back from the break, we'll be able to talk more about that. So if you have any song requests as well, and please send any requests you have. Please call the number to call in the studio if you like. If you have any questions, for Patrick or for me, the number to call is 078 372 99499. That's 078 372 99499. Got a message from Vincent Owukunjo, says you two are looking good by God's grace. So yes, thank you so much. So please, Patrick, if you have any questions regarding about maths and also about purpose and stepping out of what you're doing, where you are right now, and pursuing your passion, please send it. Or if you're struggling, is an area that you're struggling, please send any questions that you have, and Patrick will be able to answer. Also about Patrick's services, offering maths to young people, or if it doesn't have to be young people, I'm guessing.
Young, middle-aged, elderly, it makes no odds.
Exactly. And if you feel like, you know, this is an area which God has called you to, but you've stepped back as well because you feel like maybe you've got to an age where you're like, okay, I've been working this job in 30 years and it's too late. It's never too late to learn.
Never too late. And any discipline or any profession that you're going to be walking into these days, which requires which carries a big wage packet or what have you, usually involves numbers.
Yes.
Whether you're a doctor, lawyer, engineer, it's all about numbers.
Lovely. So yes, guys. So we're going to go on a music break, and on a music break, we're going to play "Mary Mary Shackles," and that's a song that Patrick requested of his own. So we've got a message from Vincent says, "What age group?" So after the break, we will talk more about that, the different age groups as well. So whilst we're here, you know, just enjoy "Mary Mary Shackles." I'm trying to get the music up there. So guys, we're going to go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll be able to answer your question as well, Vincent, about what age group. So please stay tuned.